It's me, Christina Stainbrook. If you've not seen this face before, I am your superstar director, most likely, because you're in this group. So, hello, it's me. I was talking to a friend last night who's on our team about getting new consultants launched and what that looks like and how to do it without being pushy and respecting their boundaries, but also helping them feel empowered to actually start their business, right? Because a lot of times when somebody joins, they're super excited, but then when they log in, they go, whoa, and then they shut down. Like, who else has planning paralysis? Or, I just fell. It's fine. My mount is not the one I normally use. I usually use the one down here, which is my pop socket mount. But I don't have a pop socket on this phone yet because I had to order a new little sticky pill for my pop wallet. Anyway, that's not important. So, we sometimes forget what starting Scentsy for the first time is like. And I especially, because when I started, the only products we had to worry about was wax warmers, room sprays, travel tins, scent circles, and Scentsy buddies. Like all we had, right? So it was so easy, right? And that was one of the things that made Scentsy really easy to self-start. Scentsy has done a lot of really awesome things to make it easier to self-start with the first things first checklist, the emails that they receive. However, sometimes that's still super overwhelming to people who are just now starting. So one thing that is helpful as a sponsor of a new consultant, if it's your first time sponsoring, even if it's your 50th time sponsoring, but you've maybe lost touch with what starting feels like, one thing that makes it really easy to get somebody off the planning paralysis phase or the login workstation overwhelm phase is to get them to set a 30-day goal. So this is two parts. First of all, you want them to set a 30-day goal. Say, okay, so don't worry about what everyone else in their Scentsy business is doing. Don't worry about me. Especially like when I recruit new people, I think that sometimes they're like, but how in the world? I'm never going to get to that point. And sometimes that makes it very difficult to either sponsor people or to motivate people who are brand new. But what you can do is just go, okay, let's not worry about your big why. I don't want to know that. I mean, I do want to know that eventually. However, you may not be even at that point yet. Sometimes people join Scentsy and they don't have a big why. They don't need to change their life. They just need a little extra cash. And sometimes we approach joining Scentsy with a big life change versus a little extra cash first. And it starts with a little extra cash. So that's where we need to start with setting goals. So what we need to do is make sure that when someone joins, you just say, hey, your first paycheck is, say they join in October this month. Your first paycheck is November 10th. What would you like it to look like? Do you need $75? Do you want to just get paid back for your $99 kit? Like, what do you need for your first 30 days? So on November 10th, I want to see what we can do to get you the paycheck that you have in mind. So what would you like to see? And then a lot of times the next step is going, okay, then we need to plan your launch party. Again, the lingo can paralyze people in the planning. Like they just get like, oh, but my house is too dirty. You know, the same thing with hostesses. You know, they just go, oh, and the moment you say party, the moment they have their file folder of excuses that they've already pre-planned for this very moment. So new consultants have the same file folder because they were just hostesses. Now they're new consultants, essentially. So what we need to do is try to tear down the terror feeling of having your first party. All they have to do is have a launch event of some kind. And our goal is to get them to hit their shooting star, because if they hit their shooting star, they get a $100 paycheck. So that's already $100. It's already paying back for their kit. So very first thing right away, we want them to hit their shooting star. And so what we want them to do is, if they're not willing to have a home launch party, what you need to do is say, okay, then what I want you to do is I want you to text your 10 closest people, friends, relatives, whatever. Your best friend first, your mama second, your crazy sister, your crazy aunt, your favorite cousin. You need to just pick your 10 people. I just want 10 people. And I want you to message them and say, hey, I just started selling Scentsy. If I give you a couple catalogs and a couple of samples, would you be willing to take them to work for me? They're going to say yes. That's all there is to it. They're going to say yes. So, because they love you and you didn't pressure them, all you said was, hey, would you be willing to take them to work for me? So they're going to take these to work for you. what you're going to do is within the next week say, hey, did you take those catalogs to work? Has anyone looked at it yet? What's anyone saying? And just try to get them thinking about it. And then you're going to try to get them to collect some orders. Just be like, hey, if you can get a few people at work to order, I will give you a free scent circle. And they'll be like, sure, I'll try. Why not? And be like, and I also have testers. So if you need me to bring those by on lunch sometime, or if you want to take them to work for one day, do not let them take them longer than one day, because they are your set of testers and you won't get them back if they're gone too much longer. And you also have 5 other people, right? If I let you take them to work for one day so that they can smell them, would you want me to? Sure. So what you're going to do is after like a week, you're going to get all the orders, because you're calling all these people. You're going to have them all doing the same thing. You're going to get all these orders. You're going to bring them all into one party. And what you're going to do with those rewards is first, you're going to see if one of them wants to join your team and let them see if they want that host join kit, because we have a host join kit, which may be how your person joined or how you joined. We have a host join kit. I always offer that first. So the person who worked the hardest, had the most fun doing it, just be like, hey, do you want to do this with me? I would love to learn alongside someone, because this is super overwhelming. So I would just love to have you and me tag team. Let's learn this together. No pressure. That's how you have people to join your team. No pressure. You don't verbally assault them with all of the things that you know about Scentsy, which you may not know yet, or 4-paragraph explaining why they should join. No, just be like, yo, do you just want to do this with me? You seem to have fun. I have fun. Let's just have fun together, right? Super simple. So you're going to try to get that host join kit gone. If you can't, totally fine. What you're going to do is either with your half prices or the remaining host rewards, you're going to buy a 6-pack of scent circles, and you're going to give them to your friends who helped you get those orders. You didn't tell them you were giving them the rewards. You could give them the rewards, but honestly, what I want you to do is with that first $500 party, I want you to use some rewards on a 6-pack of scent circles, because a scent circle is a great gift. A gift is a gift is a gift, and free things are free things. That's all there is to it. I want you to buy the 6-pack of scent circles, and then I want you to use your half prices on products of Scentsy's you've never tried and that you could take to parties if you had them, or you could sample out for other people to use. I don't want you to use them on the warmer that you've been having your eyes on. I don't want you to use it on something for your home yet. I want you to use those first rewards on something you've never tried. So washer whiffs, good one. And something you can sample out. So even if it's 2 tubs of washer whiffs, one for you and one to make samples of. And I want you to get like a 6-pack of bars of things that you could sample out, etc. So I want you to first work on getting things to sample out for your customers and get things under noses. Does that make sense? So first, you're going to offer that host join kit to your best friend who was super excited about your business and was helping you start it, because here's the thing. Even if you think that you're losing a customer, you're not. You're gaining the confidence of having your best friend help you with this business, and you both have fully different circles. Even if you think you guys hang out a lot and you only know the same people, you have different families, you also have different jobs usually, and you're going to be able to meet different people through different things that you do. It's fine. There's tons of people out there. You're not limited to who you know right now. I mean, your first goal anyway, because you're having them take it to work, is to network with those people that they're at work with, so that you're getting out of your warm circle as fast as possible, and you're getting in front of new faces as fast as possible, because that's the way that your friends and family are going to fall in love with what you do, because you're not bothering them all the time, because they have now given you access to their friends and their coworkers and people in all of their different networks. And you're going to keep doing this on repeat in order to grow your business outside of your immediate circle. And it's okay if they take it and they get nothing. Your goal is just $200 minimum. So $500 is what we want for the shooting star, but $200 out of 5 people, that's totally fine. It's starting, because as a sponsor or as a person who's joining, you just need to get your first order as soon as you can. That's all you got to do. Get that first order. That's all you got to do, because once you get the first order, the second one comes easier, and then the third one comes even easier. But a lot of times when we have people join, they are paralyzed by even getting their first order, because it's just overwhelming. They don't really know what to do. They don't know the right way to do it. They're not even sure what's allowed. Here's a tip. If it's in Scentsy, we have the most flexible way to collect orders ever. There's not a whole lot of things that are off limits. So don't overthink it. It's just getting the testers under noses, getting catalogs in front of faces, and just having conversations with your friends and family. It's very simple, but it just takes you deciding that you're going to step out, be proud of the fact that you just joined Scentsy, and you're going to talk to people about it. So I hope this helps. But again, a launch event doesn't always have to be a home party. Ideally, your first priority would be a home party. Your second priority would be a basket party, I guess. But really, this is the same thing as a basket party, just done with a lot more spidery webs going out. So again, you want a launch event of some kind. Getting your friends and family to take catalogs, some order forms to work is absolutely a launch event. As long as you're willing to set a date where it's going to be done and you're going to follow up with them to collect those orders, right? Because they're going to get orders for you. Just be like, hey, will you take a couple catalogs to work? If you collect some orders, just let me know and I will give you something for doing that. I'm so thankful. Keep it simple. Don't word vomit on people. Don't overthink it. It's just wax and warmers and like 20 other product lines now, but it's just wax and warmers. At the beginning, it's just wax and warmers. And your goal with your new consultant is just to get them to their first paycheck. Get them making a little bit of money, because once they get that first paycheck, they're going to want the second one. They're going to want the third one. And then they're going to want to push themselves and see if they can make it even bigger, especially once they take that paycheck home and their family goes, oh, she made a little money with this. That's kind of fun, right? So your goal is to get that first order. They just got to make that first order. Ideally with their launch event, hitting their shooting star, but this is the easiest way to do it without terrifying people. Just be like, don't worry about everything else. Well, all we want to do right now is, what do you want your first paycheck to be on November 10th? And I want to hear who your 10 people are that you love, that love you, and you can just see if they'll take some catalogs to work. Easy, 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 easy. Don't let people get overwhelmed. Don't let them get stuck in planning paralysis. Just get them to that first order. Get them to that first closed party. Walk them through how to close it. Walk them through how to use their websites. Easy, done. Scentsy does so much of the rest. They do all the training. They do all the great emails, the first things first checklist. A lot of this is great. Sometimes it's overwhelming. So what you need to do is just go, here's what we're going to do first. And then after that, do all of the rest of this. And dip your toes into all of these little areas. Try all of these little things that you see. It's totally fine. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine. If this doesn't work for you, it's fine. I want you just to tweak it. Find your own way. But yes, get that first order. Because a lot of times if they can at least get one order placed, they're on their way. Hope that helped. Bye, guys.